very well off today, it's going to be tough to do so. There's that format. Vidal, Janice, Noah Riley, though, Sancho, that's a whole different story. They've been back and forth the whole day.
And Noah Riley has been putting on a show, taking out so many trios with the ride and spray, going up against the Spaniards. I would not kick that hornet's nest right now. We've been seeing them do really well in box fighting, but they're working their way through. We're about to get a checkpoint on that Storm Surge to see who is in trouble out of our top 3. So let's see, y'all. It's the last game of the FNCS year. And now Crow, oh no, flips over here. And that's going to be the green lights. They don't dip in too hard here. They're going to cause a little bit of an instigator fight between the two. And this would be a great third-party opportunity. 46 tag, nice. Noah Riley here, not going to go too far in. This might be dangerous. I don't know if you want to take this box fight here, but if they're feeling very confident, it may be a reason for Storm Surge that they want this box fight.
This is one of the teams that loves to get close and personal. Usually you want to be professional, you know, not overreaching, not overreacting, but Noah Riley, the deal. This is what they kind of created, right? This meta of just W keying, pushing the box to do the damage. They have a legendary pump, Sancho. They can definitely look for it, right? If the angle's not there, they can back up, and that's exactly what they do. I love this fix. I understand why you're also, you know, in trouble, that worried parent for this team. I get it.
I'm worried.
It's because every time they're in that situation, every season we've seen this entire year from Noah Riley and Vidal, bar one of them where they did very well, they pushed fights and never stopped pushing. We just witnessed Noah Riley and Vidal disengage in the last game after dealing damage. That is maturity. That is evolution. And that is showing they have an attitude to win this game.
That's Janice. That's the Janice effect. Janice is holding them a little bit close, not letting them go too far. Now we're seeing the rest of the other trios who are close to winning it all here in the Grand Royale. Look at the top number again. It is 5-4-5. Steady KMT, got to be careful. If someone explodes your ride, especially on grass, that could cause a lot of HP damage from that fire.
Definitely have to be very careful from that. But here's the difference, right? Although Seti, Kemi, and Teak love to be a little bit low-key, stay towards the low ground, play off of Seti's builds 24/7. Inside the mid game, the early game, where they're looking for that damage, look at that number on the right side of your screen. It says damage threshold. They love to be in a big base, active, looking for shots, right, Sancho? And they land a lot of them. They're usually very good off on the search.
So looking at this zone, it's getting closer and closer to the mountain zone. We saw Thomas AC and Co be able to get a victory out easily. They didn't have to work too hard. They didn't expand anything. And look where they are at the weather station, looking fine. Yeah,
and when you look at this team, it was a 2-day format. If you missed day 1, game 4 or game 5, back-to-back victory royales for Thomas HD, Queasy, and Anas. And it was because the zone went over here. They land right below this mountain. They're the only team that really has a start in this hemisphere of the entire map. And they own these mountains. This is, if you ask any Fortnite player on any region, if you ask a child that was just born, they would say, it's the mountains. That is the toughest thing to play inside Fortnite. For these guys, it's a formula. It's free. They were born in it, molded by it, and they're ready to show you how man they are right now. Look at the damage from Thomas HD, picking apart a high flyer. That's just absolutely insane. You want to stay up on damage, Sancho? It's so hard to even land a shot in a regular base. He's landing 500-meter shots with a burst AR back-to-back.
Can we change Thomas HD's name from, like, instead of 203 to Thomas HD 26? This man's getting the Storm Surge tags that his team needs, and it's always been an MVP for Storm Surge tags. And right now you see Hen, Tayson, and Chapix, they're setting up for a height retake. That's their plan. Considering that the mountains are in play, you already see that Thomas HD is very south here on the weather station, understanding that zones tend to pop all the way down to the coast. I see Vidal picks up an elimination on Jose, part of that Spaniard trio that we saw them take a pot at later.
Yeah, so everyone doing what they're usually up to. Vidal getting a few eliminations, pushing boxes. Thomas HD landing all the shots. This is weird. This is the Craggy Cliffs North landing team. They shouldn't be on this side of the zone. They're going against the grain, but they've been seen.
Oh, we got to go back. There's someone focusing them right now. I know Riley is in trouble. We'll stay here.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
hold up.
Oh, wait a minute. I told you, you don't want to kick that nest. The Spaniard nest takes out Vidal, Noah Riley, and Janice. I told you, the worried parent, you have to be careful. Don't mess with the Spaniards, and they're going to learn today, and that costs them their tournament run and their chance shy for that championship. Let's take a look at the replay, how it all unfolded. The barrel stuff was working for Noah Riley this entire day, but they took a big bite they just could not swallow. Vamos!
That's just tough. Peanut butter edit to send it home to one of the best box fighting teams in the world, one of the best IGLs you can find as well, and they go down in their natural element, their territory. You got to be wondering if you're Tayson and Chapix, Seti, Kemi, and Teak, seeing that in the feed, even Queasy and us, Thomas HD, you're ready to lock down the top 3.
I was gonna say that this rotation that Tayson that we just saw reminds me, remember that time of Hen, Janice, and Chapix where they were being contested and they had to make this late rotate all the way down south, and they just hugged that region all the way on the edge, and they came around and took height and they won it all. We're like, how did they do this? This team's being contested on the drop, and they snuck away and got a double-digit elim and the Victory Royale. That is right now, I'm seeing shades of that happening right now on the bottom left of your screen of Tayson, Hen, and Chapix.
I'm seeing potential clashings of win conditions as well for both the first place and effectively what will be the third place team soon of Queasy and Us and Thomas HD. The team on your screen, they love holding height. It's not about taking it, but holding it for a long amount of time. When they get interrupted, Sancho, there's problems. And as well as Thomas HD, they love holding it as well. When they get contested, they don't win. There's problems. And they're both going for that. Only one team can really survive.
I think it's Thomas that's sending down the beams. That's what's happening. That is the leaderboard going into this match, folks. Pay attention to the gold number, and please don't take that fight. Don't take this fight on the left. Just get in and hope you pull zone here. Just get in.
I know we're also kind of ramping up the Thomas HD versus Tayson team versus team height action, but understand it's 545 to 432 points. And you have to assume that Tayson's team's going to stay alive for a long amount of time. This is the team I wanted to bring up. It's under production the whole day, by the way. Getting these replay shots of all these Aswan fights, switching to a team where we're about to really even talk about them and not even mentioning it. It's just huge, all this stuff going on in the back end as well. It's an amazing team overall. But this team is the one that has a chance, the best one actually, to take out Hen, Tayson, and Chapix in the lead. They're at 510 points now, still about 50-ish behind that first place team. And they're actually really moving high here, going towards the spot that's going to look good. Issue is, though, Sancho, they are behind. They need eliminations. That'll be the difference, the big difference maker for them winning Grand Royale today.
I think at this point, just stay on your feet, let the mountain do its thing, take the eliminations here, maybe get an easy knock, but those chili chugs working really well for Kami, Seti, and Teak, being able to get those clean rotations. They don't care. They're not going to be very, scared to use their mobility. They're going to use it for every rotation from here on out, considering that they have 4 and all of them could be pepperfied. That's clutch. But the story here is Thomas HD and Queasy and Nas, they're in the power position to possibly win this game and win the entire tournament. That is what's at stake. You have to be careful for the pad play. Thomas HD and Queasy and Nas, they were able to win yesterday. If they could get a win here, it's the tournament that's at stake.
They need elims. The win's not going to be enough, I feel like, because I think that Tayson, Chapix, Hen will also be popping off and will be there and have a more than 100-point lead ahead of this team. And Nas, Thomas HD, Queasy, or maybe just be a wrap up. No, it is Nas actually picking the big one up. Yep. Nice call. They have to get, I would say, I mean, this is the classic Fortnite conundrum, a 20 elim win, I feel like, to really lock this down and make the difference.
We will see. We will see with 4 points per elimination, a double-digit lead, possibly a 20 here. Math is going to be something that we're all going to be testing on together, but if you go down now, it doesn't matter. You're going to be frozen, locked into time here, and the low ground team is going to face this problem known as the mountain. The low ground will be gone, so Kami, Seti, Teak have to get off this layer and operate on the mid ground.
5-10 in total. This is the hardest zone that EU usually starts off on every single tournament. And fittingly, we have it for the final game. 250 damage above, Seti, Kami, Teak looking good, but low ground, Sancho's right is not an option. Looking box to box, Aqua right above them. They're going straight in for the fight. Chulix down. That's going to be a big name taken out, but they're still inside the storm. It's going to be very tricky to see exactly where is safe inside this big mountain zone, but they actually have it locked down and are still putting down the pressure. Nebs is next. Grab the bodies, get the loot. You need the launch pads, you need anything, and that's exactly what Seti, Kami, and Teak are going for. But look at Seti and Teak's HP, it's actually getting lower. Kami is active. He knows what's going around him. The ears are open, and he hears Pink on the right side, denies him a shot into the box, and he wipes out an entire team.
The FNCS champions are not done yet. They're getting the eliminations that Levin was talking about. They're going to have to rotate through to a couple of trios that are in their way, and it's going to be half on the mountain and half off of it. If that's a big decision they have to make if they're the IGL. Are you going to try to stay up on this mountain as much as possible where there's possibilities that someone can make an edit on you, Shayo, and take you out? Or do you slide down and take placement considering that you're so close? And they marked where Tayson is. They make a mark here. We might see another $100,000 box fight go down.
First and second place, base beside each other. Seti, Kemi, Teak have eliminations, but need to double them entirely if they want to catch up. And they're going for the spray. They're going for the pressure. Too far away, though. It's not a box fight. They want to confirm. Safik taking out Hellfire. That's an entirely huge endgame disruptor. Down now by the big man from Cyber Legends. Hottie's going to be on the backside looking to see what to do next. 10, Tayson, Chapix, Seti, Kemi, Teak, side by side.
Tensions are high. Every edit matters. Rotations matters right here. Chapix did get an elimination here. 2 eliminations so far. They're picking on Elocraz and Hottie here, looking for another elim. Storm Surge is not going to be a factor here, considering the mountain is going to take out a lot of people here, Shayo. But right now, if you're a Tayson Hen Chapix fan, every edit is so scary.
The scariest thing is the zone. We are leaving the mountain.
Here we go.
Time for a skydive. This happens every time in EU. Seti, Kemi, Teak are experts at the disengage. They have trouble getting back up. I don't even remember. I think for Tayson and Chapix, this is always down atrocious when these zones come around.
They have pads so they can decide if they're gonna go low. It's a decision you have to make. I think you go low and just eat up placement and see what happens for the best here. I know you need elims here, but this is where it's gonna get dicey. Thomas HD Queasy, they could close this out, they need to.
120 points behind first place is what they are all the way on high ground. They'll have a big difference to catch up with. It's a 41-point difference between first and second place down right below them, but they're giving up height. It's way too high. This is the Everest of builds all the way up top to the sky. Thomas HD has a long glide all the way down, picks up a lot of information.
Tayson gets knocked.
Touch anyone just yet. Tayson is down. It's Seti that takes him out. Second place is grabbing the game right by the trophy handles and looking to see exactly if they can take it the whole way. Hen has trouble landing. He can't help. He can't do anything. He's just stuck in the air and he has to go all the way down on low ground. You have to assume this mountain's pulling up more in just mere moments. It's going to be so much trouble for them to just work as a duo. They need to live and just rake in that placement as much as possible. But
no,
he's down. It's all up to the Clutchmeister himself. Hen, what can he do? He hasn't really been in this position before just yet. His floors are breaking. The sweat is dropping off his temple. What can he do next as his mats are now down to the final 180? It's all up to Hen to keep that first place dream alive.
Hen is going to have the biggest clutch of his life and possibly the biggest clutch of Fortnite history to get the job done. Only 37 points up. He's going to short pad over and hopefully hide from the rest of the lobby. And taking a look, thankfully he's above Storm Surge. Only one person has to go down. This is what it's going to be. The intensity, the tremendous skill of Hen, the young English lord could get the job done and clutch up for Tayson and Chapix.
First shot hit. This is trouble. No builds. He's looking wobbly. Walking with a limp. He's finally down. 579 points. First place has been eliminated. All eyes on Seti. As Cammy goes down. Another end game phenomenon player. He's not going to be available to make any more clutches inside Grand Royale. All up to Seti and Teak as the points, the placement, the elims, all of them have been doubled. He's down. All of them were on Teak. He tried for a jump. He tried to get going, but the high ground team beams him out. 552 points. Teak might be frozen in time. Down to another clutch to see if he can make it. It's 579 that he needs to get to.
Anas picked up that elim. Anas picked up that knock. So if we see that feed with Thomas, Anas, and Queasy, they have a chance to steal this entire championship.
Just focus on the points right now. It's 552. He needs to make sure he gets up enough all the way and just lives as every other team falls. Are there even enough points available? How is he gonna get out from this position? A river down below, but does he have the hop to make that jump block from the top side? He uses a few builds to get down. Harpooned in against the whole team. 1v3. Teak gets one. Another shot done, but it's not enough. 554, and they're frozen too. I think Tayson might have just done it with a phenomenal 11-game performance, living all the way up until 12. 579 might be enough points, but how much does Thomas HD have? 492. It's not even possible from this side. It is Tayson, it is Chapix and Hen that roll in with a phenomenal 2-day showing and win that Grand Royale.
Tayson with 4 FNCS champions to his name, the 2-time FNCS champions for Hen and Chapix, but Thomas HD will be able to put the nice button for a great FNCS year here for the Grand Royale, and now may close this out with style.
Looking for that second place. It's a huge difference in pricing. It's almost $100,000 they're going to be switching up, and that's a lot of money to buy a lot to invest into the future. Thomas HD is looking for the shots. This is his zone. This is his home, and he's still pushing forward, climbing every mountain, skirting all the way down and by a big one pump. He doesn't care about who you are down below. That's another shot. Will they get every single elimination inside this zone? Deox is down, and Us has fallen as a cost. It's down to a 2v1 versus 3. Thomas HD's got a big plate to eat.
Here we go. Thomas HD here, the highlight maker, the clip player with Queasy, looking for the victory royale. You got Patrick, Lucia, and Sapphic all the way from Dirty Ducks. 92 tag to the dome. Thomas HD still pushing for another 56 tag. Another 3 tags back to back. Thomas HD going for the royale. Down he goes, and Queasy with the heel of Medi gets the dub, but it was not enough. 14 eliminations and the victory royale. But it came down to the great play from Tayson here to win it all for Hen and Chapix.
If I can still give an MVP to anyone for this entire tournament, it has to be Thomas HD. When it comes to a Fortnite player, this man has got it all plus more. Not only carrying the team with the way he calls with the strats, but at the same time, keeping that damage up and online the entire time. Every team that we watched, though, and the rest of them, Queasy and Anas too, played so well and never lost the zone when it came towards Caddy Corner. That being said, though, Sancho, it is a Grand Royale. Sometimes it's also about that first place. They've got the Victory Royale, but the people who have the Grand Royale are Tayson, Hen, and Chapix.
And congratulations to all our competitors for putting on a show. We're watching that Medi play that just put that solidifying. And May got him second place, 5-4 game right there.
That is the question.
That Medi play could have got you hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's the Grand Royale, and we came down to the final game where the Nas Thomas HD Queasy win it all, but we already talked about who is the champions here, and that is Tayson, Hen, and Chapix.
Absolutely. They just played so well, racked in not only wins when they mattered most, they clutched up in certain spots, and at the same time had high eliminations with those wins as well. They were taking out Titans left and right to get to that spot. In terms of a dominant showing, they got the lead all the way in game like 11, Sancho. Usually that doesn't happen. It's very early. So for them to do that, to have that resilience over 11 games, I mean, it's just insane. And congratulations to them once again.
And I got to say, it's an honor for the EU region to call all your games. Thank you so much for Sayo and Sancho West, Zeke, Levin, and Reese. Take it away.
I love those guys. I love them so much. I really do. My goodness. You know what? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. They do it again. Tayson has done it yet again, Levin. I don't know. Apparently, this is just your storyline. You've written the script. Didn't know. I know now, Fortnite fan. Don't let him have the script. I didn't know that.
All I can say is inject it, man. You don't call him the GOAT because he's just some guy from somewhere he plays. You call him the greatest because he's the greatest. He just does this for FNCS once. It doesn't matter who he's playing with, by the way. Give him anybody. Give him me and Reese, and he's winning a fifth FNCS.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
You know what I mean? Like, it's actually getting to the point where it's getting out of hand now, right? Yeah, trios is going to be done, blah, blah, blah. He'll do it in duos all next year as well. It's just what he does. Just, oh, magnificent. And look, his teammates as well. I know I'm a massive Tayson fanboy and people can call me that all they want, but Hen and Chapix as well, greatness, right? They started off this year as our EU FNCS Trio Champions. They will finish this year as the Grand Royale Trio Champions. Just the complete cycle, everything in perfect balance. Wow. Just wow.
That was honestly one of the best final games I've ever watched in my life. My heart, I've got my hand on my chest, genuinely thumping right now. I'm so glad my mic was muted because I was going mad while that last game was going on. I'm telling you right now, the caster we'd thrown off, it wouldn't have been good. Let's put it that way. That was an insane final. I have to be able to figure out what went on in terms of the leaderboard too. We obviously managed to see, we know who won, obviously. We saw Tayson, the 4-time, Hen and Chapix, the 2-time.